People should see the energy comparisons for other forms. That's a great point. And I think the most environmentally conscious way to communicate that is to look at how many materials are required to get energy from the different energy sources that are out there. And this graph up above came from the quadrennial energy analysis from the Department of Energy. You can find the reference in the links. And what this is saying is that if you're going to use nuclear, you can see it requires the least amount of materials to get a fixed amount of energy. If I wanted to do something like wind, it's going to take 10 times the amount of materials. That means 10 times more mining, 10 times more milling, 10 times more manufacturing, 10 times more waste. And most of that there is concrete. You can see that you get quite a bit of concrete there with nuclear. That's not talking about the spent fuel. The spent fuel is just a minuscule amount of the waste from nuclear energy. This is really just the nuclear power plant. If you compare that to solar, it's going to take more than 15 times the amount of materials. Now, solar doesn't have as much concrete. It's got a lot of other things in there. But the point is that I need a lot more materials to get energy from something else besides nuclear. It's just so dense in energy. And that's not even just the whole story. It compounds itself because every time I want to get that same amount of energy, when I got to replace one of these, if I'm using solar, I've got to use 15 times the amount of material to replace that solar. Every time I replace it, instead of getting the same energy and replacing it with something as small as this. And solar and wind, those things can last anywhere from 20 to 30 years, but nuclear, anywhere from 40 to 100 years. And then you're only replacing a little bit as opposed to replacing all of these. So which is really more environmentally friendly? I would say, based on this, nuclear is the most environmentally friendly energy source that's out there. Flat out. Greenhouse gas free, straight up.